Good afternoon. So in today's live feed, I just want to address a question, which is how much can I lose in 4 weeks? It's something I get quite a lot, and it's not necessarily the wrong question, because I get that, you know, sometimes we don't know what's realistic, what to expect. But consider this first before we go into that, is that some of the ladies who come onto our 4-week Kickstart program actually end up achieving the goal and actually staying on another 4 weeks, or even longer in some cases, depending on if their goal changes and what they need. Some people stay 4 weeks, some people don't. Now, what I want you to consider is, I've got people who have lost, say, 3 stone, 4 stone, yet when I ask them if they're about, you know, their progress, they still find things that they want to improve. Now, my point is that when you're thinking about your 4-week goal, is to not think of that 4 weeks as an end point about, you know, when I lose 10 pounds I will be happy, because the truth is you probably won't. I mean, and happiness is obviously a vague thing, but what I mean is you'll achieve a certain goal, you might get into a new habit, then you'll probably want to do something else. And that's exactly like some of the ladies, like I said, they've lost 3 stone, 4 stone, and they're still like, yeah, but I need to get this bit. So my point is, put your focus on the process here, and enjoy the journey, and just aim to get 1% better every day. Because the thing is, most people who come to me have lost weight before. They'll say, I've done Slimming Well before, I've done Weight Watchers before, I've done Cleanse, I've done Detox this, I've done Shake. And there's nothing wrong with that. They all have their place, especially because they work for some people, and some people get on with them, some people put the weight back on, and more in some cases, maybe because it didn't fit their lifestyle, I don't know. They just didn't get on with it, or it didn't address the actual habits or the mindset of it. It was just like, do this, and you don't really understand why you're doing it, so you don't really know how to manipulate it. But my point is, most people have lost the weight before, and that's not necessarily the hard bit. The hard bit is finding something you can do pretty much forever, and kind of almost rewire your thinking around food, like the relationship with food, good foods, bad foods, mindset around the scales, like putting almost like your self-worth on the scales sometimes. Whereas sometimes what we need to do is reassess actually what you want to achieve in 4 weeks. Is it really that you want to lose a stone in 4 weeks, or is it really that you want to find something you can stick to that's sustainable, that gets results but allows you to live your life? Because ultimately you've got 2 choices sometimes. We go all in, we say we're all or nothing. So when we're all, we cut out a lot of stuff. Maybe we don't go to social events at all in some cases, maybe, which might not make you happy. So obviously you've got to make some compromises, but just remember, sometimes you have got time too, and the real result, the real win, the real success, and that feeling of getting the result is when maybe a year later you're like, you know what, I've lost X amount, I'm feeling fitter, I'm feeling healthier, and I haven't yo-yo dieted. I don't feel like it's too much of a diet, you know, it's flexible, I can enjoy a meal out, I'm in control, it's my choice if I want to eat X, Y and Z, and it becomes a different relationship, rather than that it has to feel hard for it to be successful. And I think that's where the problem is. Sometimes we see it as an end point. There's no real end point, because the end point, when you think you get to the end point, you'll want something else. So my advice to you is to consider in 4 weeks, because I like to set 4-week goals because they become very real, but also consider not just what you want to achieve in 4 weeks, but also what you want to be doing. Make it process-based. So when you start improving 1% each day, that's where the real wins are. That's where you actually learn how to get the results, rather than just getting results, because the learning how is what will keep it off long term. I hope that helps, and I hope that at the very least maybe just helps you stick with something for one more day and think about what you can do today to get closer to your goals, because ultimately you're always going to have social events, barbecues, meals out, etc. So I hope that helps, and any questions with that, just let me know. Speak soon.